Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, the 9th of September, 2018, 6:33 in the morning. We're headed for the airport. We're going to go up to Dubuque today. They have a fly-in breakfast. I know I've been AFK for, about 3-4, well, actually, the last time I talked to you guys, I was taking the plane up to Rockford. I've gone flying 3 times since I got the plane back. Twice trying to redial in the fuel flow indicator, and I recorded both of those. But I changed how I'm doing the sound to try to get this Verb camera to record the sound. I bought a new cable, and there's a setting in the camera that I got to figure out and turn on or something like that. So today I've got it. I'm gonna try something. And I'll record the flight. I wanted to record kind of what's been going on. So I thought I would do it on the drive because the built-in microphone works fine. So as you all know, last time I talked, we took the plane up to Rockford, dropped it off, pulled the carburetor, sent it off to Marvel Shebler. Got a call from Jim at Marvel Shebler asking me what my fuel flows were. I was saying, hey, I was seeing 18.2. It should be 22, 23. And his response was, well, I got it on the bench. It's flowing 25 gallons an hour on the bench. Sorry, a deer just walked across the road. So, he said to get it to go from 18 to 22, I would have to remove all the material in the jet. You wouldn't have a jet. So it wasn't the carburetor is what we kind of determined. So, sent the carburetor back down. Now we're really scratching our heads. Tim over at Heritage starts calling around. And actually the guy, the engineer who makes the electronic ignition, put it forth an idea that I thought was a little bit crazy. He says it sounded like, with all the symptoms, that we were getting air into the fuel. At that point, I was so frustrated, I said, well, hell, his guess is as good as anybody's at this point. So, carburetor arrives back at Heritage. We get it mounted up and everything hooked up. And what Tim did was he put a plastic tube in and had somebody fired it up and started backing up from the carburetor. And sure enough, there was air bubbles mixed in with the gas at the carburetor. So question then was where is it coming from, and he found it at the electric fuel pump. There were a couple fittings on the electric fuel pump that weren't tight enough, and when the fuel pumps were on, which was during takeoff, that's why I didn't have a problem in cruise. Because in cruise I'm using the engine fuel pump and not the boost pumps, the backup pumps. You only use those for takeoff and landing. That's why I only noticed it at takeoff. Now, what really kind of ticked me off, or well, not ticked me off, disappointed me, is I noticed there was a power drop, and I've explained this in another video, after the first annual, and I wrote it off to, oh, Mike, you're just getting used to the plane. So it happened at that first annual. Then I replaced a fuel pump then, and I've replaced another fuel pump. I replaced the other fuel pump after that time. So that's the one thing. Those guys have had wrenches on that, and it just never got tightened up enough, and it cost me a ton of money. I had to replace a jug because of it, or at least that's what I attribute it to. I could be incorrect in that, but that's what I attributed that exhaust valve burning to. And then, of course, all the money that I spent at the carburetor, and it was because of a fitting. So anyway, it's all fixed. I've been on 2 flights. I'm zeroing in the fuel flow. Actually, the last flight, and I'll put the video at the end of this video, was last Thursday. I had to go up to Milwaukee to pick up my wife from a business meeting. She was up there on a 2-day business thing, and I thought, hey, it'll be a great flight. It's only an hour. We'll go up. We'll pick her up. You know, have some lunch. Come back. It'll be fun. So Thursday comes, and the weather is 700-foot ceilings, 15-mile-an-hour winds. Moline's got 927 shut down, so it was, or 15-mile-an-hour wind was a direct crosswind off 13. Rain, you know, no thunderstorms, just rain. And now I got my IFR ticket, and so I go, you know what? There's no thunder, there's no ice. Let's do this anyway. I've been down to 600 feet, 700 feet should be no problem. So I launch off out of here at noon on Thursday, head up to Milwaukee, land right in the main airport, pick my wife up, you know, fuel up, come back, shoot an approach, and that's what the video, my wife shot the approach back into Moline. I'm in the clouds for about a half an hour up and about a half an hour back. Solid IMC, no layers, light to moderate rain, but they were very, on the ADS-B, it was yellow, so that's moderate, but there were very small raindrops. So there wasn't a lot of vertical development in the clouds. There wasn't any turbulence. It was very light chop, and I mean very light, and it wasn't continuous. So it was a great flight. Go in, shoot the approach, and land. And at that point, I told my wife, I said, this was the first actual instrument approach without an instructor sitting next to me. Yeah, she was not impressed. But it was. So, you know, I've had my ticket for 2.5 years. And this is the first time I've shot an actual approach in actual instrument conditions without an instructor sitting next to me. And it went great. So I got like a 3-minute film she shot of the approach in. Yeah, she was not happy. But the approach went great. And that's the problem in this part of the country is in the summertime, clouds typically meet in thunderstorms, which is a big no-go. And in the wintertime, clouds typically mean the potential for icing, which is another no-go. I don't have any kind of anti-ice capability. So anyway, that was my excitement for this week. Today we're heading up to Dubuque, 25-minute flight. It'll be a little crazy probably getting in there because it's pancake breakfast. But I'm going to eat something, fly back. I got one more test flight to do on the fuel thing, but I'm not gonna do that today. We'll do it at some other point in the future. That's it. I'm about 10 minutes from the airport. I'll get it started up, pre-flighted, started up, etc. And I'll get back with you. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Good morning. Okay, we're in. We just got our taxi instructions. We're going to 5 via Kilo. And here we go. Well, I went back to recording it on the on my iPhone, so I could not get this thing to work. It's got to be a setting. I'm just going to call Garmin. Sat here for 10-15 minutes trying different combinations of settings, and sometimes it's just quicker and easier to ask those that know. So we're going to 5 here. Winds are light. Sky is clear. Visibility is good.
Comanche 2A Papa Squawk 4335.
4335, 6928 Papa. Okay. Come on up here for our run up. Our oil temperature, 96. Just in the green, so we're good with that. All right. I'm using Garmin now. I switched from 4Flight here in August. My 4Flight subscription ran out, and I thought, well, let's give this one a go. I did subscribe to Weather Spork. I'll tell you about that. I think maybe I told you about that before, but all right, run-up checks. Brakes are set. Doors and windows closed and locked. Flight controls. Free and correct. Directional gyro, we don't have to worry about. Flight instruments. That looks good. That all looks good. Throttle 1500 RPM. One. Two. Three. And now we go to 2. EIS. Mag. Carb heat. Everything looks good. Back to idle. Good idle. Okay, circuit breakers. All in. Trim. Final check. Radio set to tower. Next frequency is set. Transponder is on alt. Flaps are up. Emergency gear is clear. Primer. Throttle is loose. Mixture will go rich on roll on. We don't worry about strobes. Coming on. Landing taxi. Fuel boost pump will get on takeoff. Review the takeoff checklist. Call the tower. So we'll roll on. Set the brakes. Throttle. Release the brakes, 85, climb out.
Quad City Airport information, Lima is now clear, altimeter 3008.
08, 08.
Quad City Tower, Comanche 6928 Papa, intersection Kilo 15. We're ready for takeoff, sir.
Comanche 6928 Papa, Quad City Tower. Fly runway heading, runway 5, cleared for takeoff.
Runway heading, runway 5, cleared for takeoff, 28 Papa.
Okay, fuel boost pumps coming on. Mixture full rich. All right, brake set. Slowly bring the throttle up. Everything looks good.
throttle. $70, $80. Gear coming up. Flaps are up. Cylinder head temperatures 350, 360. Go ahead and get into a VY climb, 105. There's VY. Oil pressure, things looking good, 370. Runway heading.
Comanche 28 Papa, contact departure, have a good day.
28 Papa, over departure.
Get into a cruise climb.
Quad City departure, Comanche 6928 Papa, indicating 1,200 in the climb.
Comanche 6928 Papa, Quad City departure, radar contact, climb to VFR requested altitude and proceed on course to Dubuque.
6928 Papa, left on course to Dubuque, climbing to 4,500, 28 Papa.
Okay, let's bring the power back to 2,500. Looking for 353. $125 mph is right there. Cylinder head temperature is 395. It's cool this morning. Hell, they never got above 400. That's nice. .397 is my hottest cylinder. Exhaust gas is 350-ish. Bauer and Bettendorf were above, climbing to 4,500. .130 mph, seeing we're at 900 feet a minute. Before, we were at like 600 feet a minute. That's another change. I'm definitely making more horsepower. Because I'm able to climb at a higher rate per minute. 3,000 feet going for 4,500 actually. So I hope everybody's had a good August. I think I last talked to you in late July or something like that. It has been the most frustrating summer. I haven't really gone much anywhere. It's all been test flights here, test flights there, trying to get this thing, you know, worked out. Not at all fun. Not at all. But I think we got it licked. I just got to get the fuel flow zeroed back in. And 3,500 to go. Get the fuel flow zeroed back in and we'll be set. All right. Coming up on 4,500 feet. And we'll get into a cruise here. Today we're going to do 70% horsepower. And we'll let the speed build. Okay. 23.1, 2250. 3.1, 2250. .1, 2250. We'll let that stabilize. Okay, we can turn that fuel boost pump off. All right. Now we'll get it up here to 1350, and then we'll go through our leaning procedure. All cylinder head temperatures are in the 1360s. Or 360, sorry. 1360, Jesus, it'd be melting. All right, let's go ahead and lean fine. So now we just start leaning. Nice and easy. Leanest, number 1. All right. Now we go 100 rich a peak. There's 100. Overshot it just a smidge. All right, let that kind of stabilize. We're still a little bit too rich here. We're going to back off just a smidge more. Throttle prop, mixture, fuel boost pump. Gauges, heading indicator, autopilot as needed. There's some bumps.
Comanche 28 Papa, contact Chicago Center 133.905.
6928 Papa, over Chicago, thank you. Good morning, Chicago Center, Comanche 6928 Papa, level 4,500.
Number 600, Papa, Chicago Center, over Dubuque, altimeter 3013, information X-rays current.
3013, I will get X-ray, 28 Papa. All right.
So let's get Dubuque pulled up here. We'll get that. Let's see. Let's see, we're probably going to go on 3.6, but 127.25.
Maintain 2,500 until advised by tower. All runway 36 arrivals anticipate landing in hold short, runway 1331. Taxiway Alpha is a non-movement area between taxiway Charlie and taxiway Alpha. VFR departures advise ground control of direction of flight. Inform controls on initial contact, you have information X-ray. Dubuque Tower 8 is information X-ray, time 1253 Zulu. 1030 at 8, visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 12, 2.11, altimeter 3013. Visual approach in use, landing runway 36, departing runway 13. Notice to airmen, all VFR inbounds check in at least 10 miles out. All VFR inbounds from the northwest to the northeast maintain 2,500 until advised by tower. All runway 36 arrivals anticipate landing in hold short, runway 1331. Taxiway Alpha is a non-movement area between Taxiway Charlie and Taxiway Alpha. VFR departures advise ground control of direction of flight. Inform controls on initial contact. You have information X-ray. Dubuque Tower 8 is
okay, we got X-ray. And let's see, pattern altitude is, what would that be? $1,900 feet. Let's go ahead and start down. So I got to lose, say 2,000 feet, 2,500 feet to pattern altitude. About 14 miles out, but we want to get down and get slowed down. So let's go ahead and start down now. All right, see folks, I told you it was going to be a quick flight. About 25 minutes up here. Go ahead and switch tanks. Fuel pressure, that all looks good. All right, we're looking for traffic. We're looking for traffic. I do have a target 1,800 feet below me, about 8 miles that way. I got one in front of me. Descending as well. He's at 136 knots, so I'm only about 10 knots faster than him. Okay, pattern altitude 1,900 feet. We'll hustle down so we can see people. Let's get something to drink before we do this. Now, runway 36 into Dubuque is an uphill runway, so you really got to watch that sight picture, especially with the Comanche that sits kind of nose high anyway. Right below us, you can maybe you guys can see there's a road. That's Highway 61. Airport sits just to the left of this highway. Actually, I have the field in sight.
Chicago Center 6928 Papa. Sir, I do have the field in sight.
Number 2 Papa, Roger, radar service terminated. Contact Dubuque Tower 119.5.
Squawking VFR over to Tower 119.5. Thank you, sir.
Back. We need the tower. I want ground. 121.8 is in number 2. And we're 17.5 miles south.
Dubuque Tower, Comanche 6928 Papa, 3,800 descending, 17 miles south of the field, inbound with X-ray.
Comanche 6928 Papa, Dubuque Tower, report 5 miles straight in, runway 36.
5 miles from a straight in for 36, 2 mile, I'll report, 6928 Papa.
Five out, 7 Delta Kilo.
7 Delta Kilo, maintain 2,400 or above for the traffic. I'll bring it down in a minute.
Yeah, 2,400 or above, 7 Delta Kilo.
Remember 0 Delta Juliet, I need your best rate to 1,900, please.
0 Delta Juliet, 5 out.
0 Delta Juliet, runway 36, you're clear to land, best rate through 1,900 for me.
Clear to land, 36, best rate. 0 Delta Juliet.
7 Delta Kilo, that traffic's off your right side now, 3 miles, 2,600 descending.
Have traffic in sight, 7 Delta Kilo.
7 Delta Kilo, roger. You can descend at pilot's discretion, follow that traffic through number 2 for the runway.
Follow the traffic, number 2, 7 Delta Kilo.
RVA Papa Foxtrot, contact ground 121.8.
121.8, 18 Papa Foxtrot.
Dubuque Tower, Cardinal 19er, 519er, 15 south of the airport, inbound for landing with X-ray.
Cardinal 19er, 519er, Dubuque Tower, report 5 to the south. You have traffic off your nose, maybe a little to your left. 4.5 miles is a Comanche.
19er, 519er, looking for the traffic and report 5 out for 36, 19er, 519er.
Number 7 Delta Kilo, you're number 2, runway 36, clear land.
Number 2, 7 Delta Kilo, clear land.
Comanche 28 Papa, you're going to be number 3 for the runway, following the experimental, about 3.5 west of the field now.
692 Papa, looking for experimental 3.5, I'm number 3, 28 Papa.
Yeah, Cardinal is behind me, so he will not be an issue. I got the 2 on ADSB up here, and they should both beat me easily because I got to get down here and get slowed down. 2,500 for 1,900. Wind is definitely right to left today. My nose is pointed here, but I'm flying this, I'm flying that way. Okay, I see the, all right. Make sure there's not a cub out here somewhere without an electrical system because he can be. Well, that's a pretty valley with a creek running through it, all wooded. 2,300, we're looking for 19.
Dubuque Tower, Cessna 195 Alpha Bravo is 15 miles southwest, 2,500, inbound 36.
RV0 Delta Juliet, keep your speed up for me, right on Delta, contact ground.
Right on Delta, contact ground, 0 Delta Juliet.
Who else was calling?
Cessna 195 Alpha Bravo is 15 miles southwest, inbound.
Okay, there's 1,900 feet.
Number 5 Alpha Bravo will report.
So, pre-landing checklist.
That's 9 Alpha Bravo will
We got the approach, we got the
southwest.
ATIS, got the that. Seat backs, shoulder harness, everything's good. Emergency gear lever is clear. Carb heat if we need it. Fuel boost pump we'll get. Our gumps mixture we'll get. Prop we'll get. Flaps we'll get. All right, there's 1,900 feet.
Tower 6928 Papa, sir, I'm 5 from the field.
Comanche 28 Papa, previously called traffic, no longer a factor, they're on the ground, runway 36, clear land.
36 cleared to land, 6928 Papa.
Cardinal 519er, your traffic to follow is straight ahead of you, 4 miles, report the traffic site.
19er, 519er, looking for the traffic.
Experimental 7 Delta Kilo, right turn on Delta, contact ground.
Right on Delta.
Okay, let's get her slowed down here. We'll pull power. We'll get the wheels down. There, I'm 2 over 2. That gear speed, all right. Gear's coming down. Gear is down, gas undercarriage, mixture we'll leave alone, prop. And let's get it slowed down to 100 miles an hour. We'll start working some flaps in.
Number 9 Alpha Bravo, you're number 3 for the runway, following a Cardinal on a 7.5 mile final, report the traffic in sight.
Number 3, and that's 95 Alpha Bravo.
Okay, there's a notch in. Go ahead and put 2. We're high. 100 miles an hour, 2 notches of flaps. Coming down the glide slope. We're really pointing that way. You guys can see that, right? There's actually a little bit of wind up here. All right, 2 notches of flaps. We're looking for 90, but I got somebody coming in behind me, so I'm going to hustle it up a little bit. We can get slowed down with the wheels down and the drag. So we got gas, undercarriage. We do have a green light mixture prop speed. Remember, Mike, this is uphill.
Dubuque Tower, Cessna 64268, ready for takeoff. 13 at Charlie.
13 at Charlie. There he is.
November 64628 Dubuque Tower, runway 13 at Charlie.
Okay.
Clear for takeoff.
3rd notch in.
Clear for takeoff, 13 at Charlie, Cessna 64268.
80 miles an hour. Across the airport fence, there's 80.
Cardinal 519, your traffic's just over threshold, runway 36, clear line.
Okay, remember Mike uphill.
519, cleared land, looking at the traffic.
Dump it.
Comanche 28 Papa, right on Echo, contact ground 121.8.
Right on Echo, then to ground, 6928 Papa.
Go boost pump off. Over to ground.
Guides with the Jet Center, ready to taxi.
Okay, Arch, give me a call sign again slowly.
November 2531 Yankee.
Or 2531 Yankee. Well, I'll tell you what, just, you're going to be ready to go when you get there?
Affirmative, 31 Yankee.
31 Yankee, runway 31, there's runway 13 at Charlie, taxi.
Taxi to runway 13 at Charlie, 31 Yankee.
Dubuque ground, 6928 Papa, Echo and 36, looking to go to the breakfast.
For 6928 Papa, Dubuque ground, taxi straight ahead, hold short of runway 13.
Taxi straight ahead, hold short of 13, 6928 Papa. Pump is off. All right, guys. That's it. We're now we're gonna go eat. It is warm.
For 5397 Romeo, Dubuque ground. Will you be ready when you get there?
We'll be ready when we get there. 13, Nelson Romeo.
Okay, let's get up. Safe taxi here.
Taxi.
We're gonna hold short of 13. So, yes, got that off. So I hope everybody had fun. I hope you guys are having a real good early fall so far. Another 30 days and the leaves will start turning and winter comes again. If anybody's got any questions, feel free to leave them in the bottom. I'll answer what I can. I hope you guys had fun. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Yeah, good afternoon. It is still Sunday the 9th of September. I'm sitting here editing the video, and here at the end I'm going to put in a video that my wife shot on Thursday. We came back from Milwaukee. Ceilings were 700 feet, good visibility underneath, but the ceiling was 700 feet. For people that haven't seen what a breakout looks like, this isn't a low one, 700 feet. You still have 500 feet before I was at Min's. But it's here. It's 3 minutes, so I'm just going to tack it on the end. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.